Okay, but first, let's bring you the numbers that we've been working on relentlessly over the last few hours to try and bring you who we believe has won the battle for Bihar. A sneak peek, a teaser before the main course on Sunday. Let's bring you the numbers, and I'm going straight to our magic wall to try and bring those numbers for you. Take a look at where those numbers now are in this battle for Bihar. Remember, 243 seats on stake. So let's try and find out what those numbers at the moment in Bihar are. Take a look at where the numbers are. 2010, these were the vote shares. 23.2% was the BJP, JDU was 49.8%, others 27%. Remember, alliances have changed dramatically in these 5 years, so don't go by these numbers too seriously. These are numbers now you must look at closely. Pre-poll, when we did that month ago, the BJP-led alliance was 39%, JDU 41%. So we had a slight edge for the JDU-RJD alliance, then others were 20%. Now take a look at how life has changed in this last 1 month. The BJP-led alliance is squeaking ahead, 41 place 40, others as much as 19%. That's what we are looking at the moment. How is this translating into seats? And that's critical at the moment. What are the big seat numbers for Bihar? Take a look at first what our pre-poll survey had said and what was the situation in 2010. This was what the world looked like in 2010. BJP-led alliance, now with Paswan and Kushwaha and Maji, 94. The JDU-RJD Congress alliance, if they were together, would have had 141, others 8. The pre-poll survey had given a slight edge to the JDU-led alliance. 122 played 111 and others were 10. Take a look at what our post-poll alliance now is saying, and this is the real story, because the BJP-led alliance is now 111 to 127, JDU plus RJD plus Congress 110 to 124, others 4 to 10. We are effectively saying that this could be a photo finish with a slight edge to the NDA. That's the big story. The NDA could be in a position to make history in Bihar. On the other hand, don't rule out the Lalu-Nitish alliance, because with those numbers, they too can form a government. You could call this a Britannia 50-50 situation, but that is precisely what Bihar, according to the Cicero India Today poll, is heading for, a very tight election. Cicero is with us. Dhananjay Joshi is the man who has to give an answer to those numbers. Manisha Priyam, senior political analyst with us. Veer Sanghvi, former editor of the Hindustan Times. RPN Singh of the Congress Party, former minister in the Manmohan Singh government with us. Javed Ansari is back, our national affairs editor. Surjit Bhalla still bravely defending that 175 number that he has given for the alliance of Lalu and Nitish. And Ashok Malik, who has put his money in his pocket by saying both sides will get 100 each and the remaining 40 could go to anyone. So clearly everyone is nervous with this Bihar election. You haven't seen an election like this in a long time. In recent times, Dhananjay, every election has usually seen one side pulling ahead. In fact, often 2/3, 3/4 majorities. What is so different about Bihar this time that has given you your first signs of grey hair?
Oh, great. And this is something that's happened in the last 2 weeks. And this is basically...
What has changed? Why has Bihar become such a nightmare election for psephologists?
Well, because it's too close to call. It's within the margin of error. And the reason for that is because there's so many dynamics at play. We are talking about Nitish Kumar's image, we are talking about the Modi factor, then there's the Jatiya Samikaran, then there's Hindu-Muslim polarization, then there's the Ganga Par, Upar Ganga and Ganga Niche, and they don't go in one direction.
Basically, there's the Republic of India and then there's the Republic of Bihar.
Yeah, and both alliances come at 40-40. Actually, 40-41 could actually be 39 and 42.
And that could change your numbers dramatically, right?
That will change my numbers.
You know, that's
why it's a nightmare.
Where's the grey hair?
Somewhere here.
Where? You're looking still young. You're okay. I've got all the grey hair because I will get the blame. But remember, friends, the rule of this game is very simple. If the numbers, I'm going to say it one last time. If the numbers are right, I am going to take all the credit. If the numbers are wrong, Cicero goes back to Greece. That's basically what we are saying today. Where is it? Rome. Rome. Sorry, where did I say Greece? Sorry.
You might have to go to Pakistan.
That's right. No. Going to Pakistan for Shah Rukh Khan is being sent by my friend Kailash Vijay Vargiya. There are strange politicians. But joining us are politicians also. I want to get their political reactions. Kirti Azad, who's in Darbhanga, not in Pakistan. He joins us from the heart of the battle there. Kirti Azad looking very somber there. Also joining me, Pawan Verma from Patna of the Janata Dal United and one of the close associates of Nitish Kumar. And as I said, Pawan Verma, this is a topsy-turvy election. 6 weeks ago, we did our first survey. We put the BJP ahead. Then 4 weeks ago, we did survey number 2. That put your party ahead, the JDU alliance. Now we are doing survey number 3, which is saying photo finish with a slight edge to the BJP. And what is going on, Pawan Verma? You guys must be finding this a nightmare. Is it going to be as nightmarish as we here in the studio fear?
Rajdeep, don't worry. It's not a nightmarish election. It's going to give a very clear and definitive win, from my point of view, to the Mahagathbandhan. I think it's been an open secret in Bihar that the BJP is going to lose rather clearly. Now, of course, we respect all polls, and I respect Mr. Dhananjay Joshi saying that it has given him grey hair. But I want to tell him to relax. He's neither going to Rome nor to Pakistan.
No, but what is the source of your confidence? Let's be honest. Something has changed. Something has changed.
I'll tell you.
The good thing is polls captured changes, and the one change seems to have been in the last 10 days. The BJP seems to have made some kind of a comeback. So where is your confidence coming from?
In fact, Rajdeep, I'll just take 30 seconds to give you sequentially what is happening on the ground. Believe me, the first and second phases, the BJP got something close to a drubbing. It led to a complete panic situation and change in strategies, change of posters, cancellation from our information of rallies of the Prime Minister. New holdings came up with Bihar leaders of the BJP from Bihar and so on and so forth. The fourth phase, we thought we were weaker, but we did surprisingly well. And the fifth phase has come massively in our favor. So collectively, the figures add up to 2/3 of the majority. Now that's the situation as we know on the ground. So let me say with respect to Mr. Joshi, that just as he carries out his exit polls, today every political party has a very well developed network of doing on a daily basis a more or less assessment of the mood of the people. And on a polling day in particular, it's a booth-wise crunching of numbers, and on that basis I am saying to you that I think our benchmark would be anything of 150 plus.
Okay,
I'm being conservative. That's our way of it, and I believe it also
that's your view. Let me get the other side.
Beginning of a new counter narrative to that presented by Mr. Modi.
We will come to the counter narrative in a moment. Kirti Azad, there in Darbhanga, you are looking very tired. I was in Darbhanga and I got a sense that this was an area where you were in trouble. Let me be honest. From Darbhanga stretching up to Simanchal, going through the Kosi was seen to be your weak area somehow. Are you willing to concede that this fifth phase, your constituency has gone to the polls today, is this the one area which worries the BJP? If round 4 went to you, round 5 may go the other side?
Not at all, I'm not worried. Did you ask them questions in English or you asked them in Hindi? They might have been worried, they wouldn't have
Come on, that's hitting me below the belt. मेरी हिंदी बिल्कुल ठीक है. मैं मैथिली में उनसे बात कर रहा था. आप छोड़िए हिंदी की बात, मैं मैथिली में बात कर रहा था.
अच्छा हमारी बात भी तो सुनो हाँ ना बीच में टोके तरह बात नहीं बनत ना.
हाँ ठीक है.
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ what I am trying to say is I was just a little bit of humor. Come on, take a little bit of humor, Rajesh.
Happily,
don't get excited. The thing is that we've done really well. The reports that I have from my district that I'm going to get at least 6 out of 10. I have a little bit of I'm just trying to gauge through various information that I'm getting, is that we may go to 7 or 8 also, and I just don't say it. Now the polls are over, whether I say something or not, it's not going to make anything.
Have you resorted to counter poll? Let me ask you this, Kirti Azad, let me ask you this honestly. Is it true what Pawan Verma said, that after the first 2 rounds you got so worried, you pressed the reset button and you all decided to polarize the electorate, particularly in places like Darbhanga, where there was a strong population of congressmen? Where there was a strong Muslim electorate.
Pavan Bhai has been a great Indian Foreign Service man. And he's done really good debates. I can't speak the way he does, and I don't get an opportunity to really come to English Channel and speak like him. I wish he had come and done a few helicopter shows or maybe motorcycle shows like I did. Most of the time in my constituency, I refused the helicopter. I just carried on in my area because that is how I do it.
I am asking you, did you all polarize the electorate?
I won it
Is
twice.
your confidence coming from the fact that you polarize? You believe you polarized the electorate in the last 2 rounds? I'm asking you a straight question.
No, there is a saying in Hindi. For Mr. Pawan Verma, there is a saying in Hindi, Mungeri Lal ke Haseen Sapne, is what he is saying, that they changed strategy, they did this. What we did, we know. What you did, the world knows. So please, don't try and tell me that we changed strategies or whatever.
Okay, let
it
me,
was exactly
just hold on.
planned the way it was.
Just
hold
hold
on. The people on a development plank, once you saw that you had a sinking ship, you started talking about beef, you started talking about mandal, you started talking about anything that you could...
No, hold on. Hold on, Kirti Azad. You know, it's amusing that both sides are saying the other side started the beef story. It's very a typical politician, but RPN Singh, this last segment is the one where which went to votes today, where the Congress had some hopes. Rahul Gandhi has addressed rallies in some of these areas like Kishanganj. Is the Congress essentially, in a scenario of the kind that now Cicero has projected, believing that they will have to, in a way, it's the nightmare scenario for Bihar. If this is the scenario, whoever wins Bihar loses, because you're going to have to strike all kinds of deals, probably make everyone a minister. Is that the scenario that the Congress party expected? That you could actually now, just to stop Modi's juggernaut, you have brought together this motley crew, which may now have to be in a position where it's a photo finish.
No, well, I'll go with what Mr. Pawan Verma said, that we are completely sure that our Mahagathbandhan is getting a clear majority. But what is very surprising about this election, Rajdeep, is the kind of negativity. I've been fighting elections for nearly 25 years now. But in the last 15 years, I've never seen the kind of negativity and the communal rhetoric that has been used from the Prime Minister himself. We cannot understand when we saw in the first few faces.
You played the caste card. You said
first few
Lalu
faces,
Prasad spoke
I can
of a youth
understand
between the backward and the forward
why
caste.
the BJP is feeling ecstatic today is
Start
because
blaming
the
the
kind of advertisements they took out, and rightly so. I spent more time in the election commission than in Bihar because they kept trying to break the code of conduct, and the kind of
all is fair, people will say, in love and politics, but in election time.
Do you actually believe that the kind of advertisements that the BJP came out with is going to take this country forward? And is this the development plan that the Prime Minister spoke of? And this is the vision of India? That is extremely unfortunate, and that is the low levels this election has fallen to. That is worrying for democracy as well as for this country.
No, one minute, Kirti Azad. Ashok Malik, you want to respond to that? Do you believe at some stage that just a minute, Nitish Kumar once tweeted saying Narendra Modi in his attempt to win Bihar is losing India. Was that an exaggeration? Did Mr. Modi, who started this campaign talking only about development, somewhere decide this is Bihar, I have to fight it differently?
You know, as I said, different regions in Bihar saw different issues being raised. Some did see religious issues being raised, especially the last phase, by both sides, because that is the demography of the region, unfortunately. And in the end, I don't think a few ads here or there really make that much of a difference. The Congress had very negative ads in 84 and 89. It won handsomely in 84, it lost in 89. Who remembers the ads of 84? But people remember the ads of 89.
But we never took out ads like, we never took out hurting anyone's religious
let me not. I didn't want to go down 84's route. I don't want to come back to 84 versus 2015. But the fact is, please understand, those ads with the barbed wires, the ads with the Sikh taxi drivers, Veer will remember them well, Surjit will remember them well. In politics, the Congress has also played such advertisement. You know, let's be clear. You have also polarized the electorate in the past when it has suited you. The BJP has done it in this election. Unfortunate, but they have tried.
They have not tried.
Sorry?
India has been the loser in this polarization, and the Congress party perfected the game. The BJP is Congress.
Do you believe? You told me you sense no polarization on the ground. Yeah. So maybe the people are not influenced by this. Maybe political parties fight this. Do you believe people are influenced?
The starting point, the Gandhi Maidan rally, where Mr. Lalu Yadav came up and he said, "Tak dina din din, ek ki chhati pe teen teen," was nothing else but an attempt to polarize. The point is that on the supply side, it's been too much of polarization, but I think people are really looking for messages about what is there in it for me, and it's really about the basics. It's really, India's poor is 54% of the population is below the poverty line according to revised.
And Bihar is more than 40%. And Bihar is more than 40% of the population still lives below. Bihar is, not 54%. But Bihar 40%. Some figures show Bihar 35 to 40% below the poverty line.
Revised Tendulkar figures are at 54%.
No, that's not true.
Which state do you?
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay, fine. Go ahead, revise.
We can, but before I take, just a minute. Surjit, I'll come to you in a moment. I'll come to you in a moment.
Okay.
Veer, before I take a break, I just want to understand this. Do you believe that therefore this election is a referendum on Narendra Modi and his leadership? Because he said, he's gone and campaigned more than 40 rallies in this election. Amit Shah's posters along with Narendra Modi have dominated this campaign. Was this about Mr. Modi's campaign? Do you believe this is a referendum on the Prime Minister? Or is this a state election and therefore we must treat it as a state election?
I think it's somewhere in between, Rajdeep. I don't think any state election can ever be a referendum on a popularly elected Prime Minister. On the other hand, a popularly elected Prime Minister does not spend as much time campaigning as Narendra Modi does. When it works, as it did in somewhere like Maharashtra, he takes the credit. When it doesn't work, as it did in Delhi, he has to take the blame. Depends on how Bihar ends up. But if Bihar ends up being a defeat for the BJP and Dhananjay is wrong, then Modi will certainly have to accept the blame. On the other hand, I don't think it's a referendum on his prime ministership as a whole.
Okay, on that sombering note, and I'll get in more views, including that of Surjit in a moment. Clearly what Bihar has done is it has unraveled the kind of politics, the ugly, dirty side of politics that exists perhaps. When they come to the studio, they oppose casteism, oppose communalism. When they go on the ground, they resort to rhetoric that leads the likes of RP and Singh to go to the election commission every now and then. Is this the kind of election we want? That's a larger issue to be debated on another day. But we are going to look more closely at the numbers. Has there been a caste and communal divide as per our post-poll survey?